All right, hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. I want to start by saying, Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shai, Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shai, Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shai, Kalamla Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Kakodash, and also the honor to the apostles, the elder bishops, and the elders, grand ministers on the rule well, and also shalom to sincere Akim and push truth in the name of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Kakodash. And this lesson is going to be a quick lesson. All right, it's going to be going into this banking passwords stolen from 30,000 Australian via people's personal devices. Okay. Also, one thing you gotta remember, Akim, is that we seen what happened over there in Vancouver. Okay. Then before that, it was the situation over there between India and Pakistan, and then jump from there we came into the blackouts over there in Spain and Portugal. And now the next day it was this right here. So, one thing I'm going to say is that this right here is no, by coincidence. Esau, is behind this because right before that man, Klaus, retired, he mentioned a few things. Okay, he mentioned a few things. You own nothing, you be happy. He mentioned about the cyber attack. It's going to be worse than the C-19. So, and right now, like, hey, we heading our way, man. And then prior to that, to all these events, you hear that situation that took place. I want to say 2000, man, I forget what year it was, man. I want to say it was last year, when that Microsoft went down. We've seen how that affected so many, big businesses, okay, banks. We seen how that took effect on people, man, worldwide. It wasn't just Australia or USA or Europe. It was worldwide. That was the big test, to start with it. So we heading somewhere, man. Okay, so before again, a few precepts. I want to play this video of TikTok that was sent to me by the brother Matazabaf from GMS Melbourne. And then from there, I'll be able to go through, precepts. Because once I leave TikTok, I don't think I'll come back to the same page. And, I don't want to try to find this video, again. So let's go ahead and go from there, man. All right.
Australians have been stolen in this stealth attack, but rather than being hacked from the banks, they were swiped directly from customers' devices by criminals using so-called info-steal malware, which is a specific type of online virus that infects devices and extracts basically any credentials the computer or phone have been exposed to. It's estimated over the past 5 years, 50,000 smartphones, laptops and tablets have been infected in Australia alone. Users who fear they've been exposed should disconnect from the internet and change passwords on a different device, then completely reset and reboot their phone, laptop or tablet. To protect yourself in general, the advice is to keep your operating systems and security software up to date. Be careful about what you download and avoid clicking on suspicious links, and most importantly, practice financial segregation, where all banking and confidential transactions are done on a so-called clean device that's not accessed by other users. If customers have any concerns about their account details, they should get in touch with their bank as soon as possible. Than 30,000.
So you hear that was within Australia, all right? Hey, again, this last two lessons I've been grabbing this scripture, 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 11. Let Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. So this is the time we're living in right now, where Esau is running his tests worldwide. Okay, the blackout over there in Spain, Portugal, that was a test. This hack over here in Australia, to the banks, that's a test. Whatever happened between Pakistan and India, I believe, it was issued by Esau. So it's all test, and also it's all an example to show worldwide the reason why we need to bring a better, system in to where everything is being monitored and tracked down. You know, so eventually, what is that going to leave people to do? To what? Bow down and trust in Esau and take the MRTB. This is what we're heading into, man. Okay? This is what we going into. Soggy. Let's get this right here. 2 Timothy chapter 3 verse 1. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. Okay? In our AMP, but understand this, that in the last days dangerous times of great stress and trouble will come. Difficult days that will be hard to bear. And imagine, all right, you got, okay, let's say, you got $1 million savings in your bank account. You wake up the next morning, you can't access your bank account, or you do or you can't access it. You don't know how much money is left in there. You can't pay for nothing, because you got to transfer money from one bank account to another, because nowadays, no individual out there keep their money into their normal, regular, bank account, because if you lose your credit card, a nigga can go around and swap and swap, even your phone, man. These hackers, they know how to access that shit, okay? So, people, usually keep their money in savings, okay, to where you got to transfer that money into the account. You got, the bank card, the, regular account, so you pay and you leave or whatever. So imagine once you can't access that, you through, you can't buy shit, Or let's say you can access your bank account, right? You go in there, it says zeros, both accounts that you have. That is going to drive you insane. Let's say that happens on fucking Friday night. Guess what? Saturday, you can't call your bank. Sunday, you can't call your bank. And nobody's going to be out there trying to fix your issue until Monday. We've seen it, man. Showed us in the movies, what Esau is capable of doing. So imagine this, bank hacking had happened on a Friday evening. You feel me? Esau can make it to where it happens like 4 p.m. It hits 5, 6, boom. So now, the people, had gone home now. They went home. You can't call them no more. The closing time is 6 p.m. or 5:30 p.m. on Friday. The opening, is going to be Monday. You through, man. You fucking through. You done. You see what I'm saying? You see what I mean? Esau got everything set up to where he can really control you, man. You could do shit like that. The next day, you want to access your thing, your bank account. You gotta verify yourself. That happens to me all the time. Not through the bank accounts, but to where like your email, maybe you forget your password, right? And then they're like, oh, you gotta verify yourself. You gotta give another email. Then somehow Esau make that shit or even work. Then it's like, you gotta verify yourself. We need your ID. We need a selfie. We need this and this that for you to verify yourself. Well, they can do that. And the way to verify yourself is that you go into your next fucking, I don't know where you gotta go to. You go in, you give your fingerprint, selfie, all right? Or you register for the new system they want you to register under. That it can be, the system that cannot be hacked. You see what I'm saying? Okay? This is what we're coming into, man. Let's go from there and now go here, right? It says, banking passwords stolen from 31,000 Australians and traded online by cyber criminals. You see that? And then the thing is, like, over here in Australia, it's always from Australia's biggest here. Australia's biggest bank, Australia's big four banks have been compromised and shared cyber criminals online. That right there, man. Those it's always those Australia's big four banks that get that always get attacked. And it's funny though, because last week I forget what day it was. I couldn't access my bank account on the app, which is this bank you see right here, Commonwealth Bank. I could not go over there and be able to log in. It was last Tuesday. The shit kept saying, "Oh, no internet," and I'm like, "Bitch, I got internet, no internet, no internet." Then I went online. It says, "Yep, something had happened. We're trying to, our best to fix it." But now today, somehow, people got fucking down. People got hacked. So hey, man, look, we coming into a time where Esau's gonna hit you, individuals out there, man, with shit like this, even us brothers in this truth. But we're gonna have to hold on tight and understand the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Stand tight, understand what the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is, and go through it. If you got some shit to lose, let it be it. Okay? Because this is the days we're coming into real quick. All right. These are the prophecy we're about to hit soon. 2nd Ezra chapter 16, and I'm gonna start from verse 30. Verse 40. It says, "O my people, hear my word. Make you ready to that battle, and those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth." So you gotta be ready to become that, that type of person, a pilgrim upon earth. Okay, somebody who's traveling to sacred place. When you look up that word pilgrim, and that's the elect. All right, we're gonna come into evil days. You're gonna have to know. You're gonna have to not. All right, look back. You cannot look back in those days. He that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away, and he that buyeth as one that will lose. Exactly. So we know nowadays everything's done through digital, right? Your money, how you do things, business, it's all through digital, internet, online. Yeah, you can sell something today. Go to sleep, think your money's there. Next morning, wake up, that money's gone. Buy something, whatever you want to do, business, whatever. Okay, or you buy a business. Next minute, that business is being taken about disaster. Okay, some shit like that, man. That's the time we're coming into. Verse 42. He that occupieth merchandise as he that have no profit by it. Right. You buy merchandise, you think you're going to sell it. No, you ain't going to be able to sell it because people have no access to it. And he that buildeth as he that shall not do it in. You're building a house, you're building whatever you're building. You're not going to be able to do it there because the troubles that are coming upon earth. Real quick. 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 17, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, right? That itself. You buy a place somewhere, not in a nice area. Guess what? You're not going to be able to do it there because martial law is going to be called in, which we see, that's coming up over there in America real soon. For because of their pride, cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. For that reason, for that prophecy itself, man, you see? All right? So he that occupy mentioned that as he that have no profit by it. You got business, you bought something, where you're supposed to sell, make your money double. It ain't gonna be there. And he that buildeth as he that shall not do the ring, he that soweth as if he should no reap. So also he that planteth the vineyard as he that shall not gather the grapes. Farmers. Okay, people go and saying things to sell. Not gonna be there. Is the blast real quick. Let's go back here. The reason why, another reason it could happen. 2nd Ezra 15 verse 13. That I told the ground shall mourn, for the sea shall fell through the blasting and hail with a fearful constellation. For that reason as well, that could happen. You see, it could fuck up your vineyard. Okay. Verse 44, they that marry as they that share. It's like as they that get no children, and they that marry not as the widows. And therefore they that labor in vain. You see, you're working, you get your money, you got paid. Guess what? You can't access that money because such thing happened. Such as this here. Banking password stolen from my, 31,000 Australians and traded online by cybercrime. You being hacked. The money, you can't see the money now. So now, so now what do? Your pay came in. You go to your job asking, I didn't see the money. No, we paid you. But sorry. We're afraid the money we paid you on this day. It was, you received our money, but you were hacked. So it was taken by those people. And we can't cover you for that. You're going to be hella fucking pissed. And that's what's going to get people roused up. You see? So, hey, as we go, slowly as we go, man, we come into some heavy times. And Esau is steady running his test, showing what he's capable of doing, And, hey, soon enough, we're going to see these things happen here worldwide. And it's going to last for longer. Even the thing that happened, the blackout that happened over there in Spain is going to happen for longer. You understand? The terrorist attack that happened over there in India and Pakistan is going to take out more people. It's going to be, bloodbath. Okay? Yahweh Shimsha is building these plagues up to come up on the earth, man. So with that, man, I say shalom. It's like, they have really too many precepts. I just want spoken situation right here, man, because, a few precepts I could throw up, I brought them up. So with that,